Hi, everybody. I had a little time today, so I wanted to pop on. We are in the month of February, and February is the month of love. It's the month of Valentine's Day. And so I always love to do love readings during the month of February. Here's how these readings are going to work. I'm going to do these readings by sign. And I want to encourage you, I want to invite you to, if you know your sun sign, which is your zodiac sign that you're probably most familiar with, you're going to watch for your sun sign, your moon sign, your rising sign. And because it's the month of love and because we're doing love readings, we also want to check for your Venus sign. When you combine the messages in those 4 readings, that's going to give you a more comprehensive reading for yourself. As always, these are not personal readings. These are for the collective, but we are going to be trying to make this a little bit more personalized based on the signs that we're in and combining your sun, moon, rising, and Venus signs. So if you don't know your signs, there are lots of different places, lots of apps that you can look that up on. You can look it up in, I believe it's Cafe Astrology, where you can put that in. There's lots of places where you can get your birth chart with your sun, your moon, and your rising sign and your Venus sign so that you know what they are, so that you can use those for these readings or any other thing that you want to understand about yourself. I find it's really, really helpful to have a sense of what those things are and what they mean in your chart. So check those out, get yourself ready, and we are going to be going through all 12 of the signs and let me know how it resonates. Make sure that you say hello if you're watching. We are going to start out with Aries. So we will just get that going there. And I did not pre-shuffle today, and I'm a little bit of a slow shuffler, so be patient with me today. Make sure you guys say hello. Anybody out there who's watching in Aries? Okay, so specifically we're looking at Aries in matters of the heart today. So, okay. All right. So we've got 2 tarot cards that I'm going to pull from my Love Oracle deck. Some of you guys know Pisces Moonbeam, and she sent me this deck a while back. Okay. So let's take a look at what we have. So we have Ace of Wands. We have the 5 of Swords in reverse, and we have the never-ending circle card, and it says patterns, cycles, lack of closure. Okay, so this looks to me like in love, Aries, you're breaking out of a cycle that you have felt stuck in. Maybe it has felt like no matter what you do, you end up with the same type of person, with the same type of experience in love, or maybe even within a partnership. If you're watching for a partnership that you're already in, it has felt like this ongoing cycle and it has been really challenging. And I think with this 5 of Swords in reverse, it's made it hard for you to trust not only the person that you're connecting with, but also to trust yourself, to navigate these relationships and to have a different experience. The message that I'm getting for you is to let yourself have hope. And part of having hope is a willingness to move out of the way that you perceive things, the way that you see relationships, the expectations that you have in relationships, because I do kind of feel like that there are ways of thinking that are contributing to the experience that you're getting. Everyone is you pushed out, and every experience that we have is based on the perceptions, the beliefs that we have. And so I do feel like there's a little bit of work to be done on that. And that's not to discount the experiences that you've had, the struggle, the pain, certainly with this 5 of Swords, there have been, whether it's with the person that you have on your mind or the person that you're connecting with, there have been issues in regard to trust, certainly. Okay. But I do get this sense of, okay, like I'm just going to get more of the same, or everybody is somebody that I can't trust. Like there are things that you're telling yourself that are contributing in a way that's not serving you here with this. But you have an opportunity here with this Ace of Wands to have a new experience and to have it be different. And so this might be something that's showing up for you that seems to come out of the blue. And it might be like this offer or something that you want to hold on to, that you want to accept, that you want to start with. And so it might be a starting fresh within a current connection that you already have. And they say something to you, they bring something to you, and you're like, okay, yeah, like let's do this. Let's have a fresh start, and let's do this in a different way. This is very much my go for it card. And so it might be that kind of a situation, but it also may be that you decide that you're going to put yourself out there in a way that you've never put yourself out there before. So especially for those of you that don't have anyone specific on your mind, or you aren't really sure where all of this is going, I want you to look for that energy where you feel like, you know what, I'm going to take the bull by the horns. I'm going to put myself out there more, or I'm going to try some kind of new experience, new opportunity. There might be something that doesn't even seem to be related to a relationship where you just decide, oh, I really want to go to this thing, have this experience, try this new thing. And it leads to something really incredible. This is the beginning of something really beautiful. And it is a gift and a blessing from God, from the universe. So let your intuition guide you and show you where you are wanting to be with all of this. All right, so that is Aries. Let me know. Say hello if you guys are watching. We're going to switch over to Taurus now. I'm a Taurus sun. Let's see. Let me clear my deck first. Like I said before, I haven't pre-shuffled. Usually I pre-shuffle and just pull from the top, but I didn't do that today. I just felt like let's keep it as it is. Let's just let what wants to happen. Okay. One more card from the Love Oracle cards. Let's see what we've got for Taurus. Taurus. Okay. All right. Oh, this is beautiful. Okay. Yay, Taurus. We like this. Okay. So we have King of Swords coming up. Then we have Knight of Cups. And then we have Past Life Love. And it says unfinished karma, contracts, and lessons. So there's a really beautiful connection that is coming in for you. This Knight of Cups is the Knight of Love, right? This is a knight in shining armor. This is somebody coming in with some kind of a love offer for you, or maybe it's you that's making that love offer, but there's some kind of offer that's being put on the table that is very heart-centered, is very loving. And it can be about, hey, let's go on a date. It can be, let's take this relationship to the next level and make a commitment to each other. This can be an engagement even. Hi, Tina. I'm pulling cards for the signs. So I'm going through the signs individually. So watch for your sun, your moon, and your rising. Thanks for being here. So yeah, Knight of Cups, very romantic energy, very loving energy. And it really builds upon this past life love card that we have here, where it's like, if it's not somebody from your past, because this might be a reconnection with someone from the past, that's really what it's feeling like for me, although this is going to be different for every single Taurus who's watching. So if it's not someone that you know from the past, it's someone that you know from a past life. And maybe it's both, right? Maybe it's somebody that you've been connected to, that there just felt like a special connection, and you just felt like you knew one another, and it felt really good. And maybe for whatever reason that never got off the ground, or it never got moving forward, but now it looks like it is. And that Knight of Cups can even be some kind of an apology if that didn't happen. And I'm really feeling that apology or an important conversation, because we also have this King of Swords showing up with that. And the King of Swords feels like an important conversation. It's someone coming toward you in a way that is understood or wanting to bring an understanding in a way that is this person has thought about what it is that they want to say. This person is coming forward not in a way that's emotional, not in a way that's rushing, but in actually a really logical way. But you combine that with the Knight of Cups, like it's logical, but it's loving. It's saying, I've given a lot of thought to this, and maybe we should date each other, or maybe we should take this relationship to the next level. There's some kind of an important conversation that's happening, and you may already know who this person is, or you may not. It might be somebody that you haven't ever met in this life, but you know from a past life. But it looks like really beautiful things developing and happening for the Taurus collective. I would also say if you're currently in a relationship, this can be about a conversation of taking things to the next level, right? So again, it can be some kind of engagement, or maybe even are getting married or whatever, right? So whatever this is for you, take what resonates and leave the rest. But it looks like really beautiful things for you, Taurus. Tina, what are your signs? What's your sun, moon, rising, Venus signs? Do you know? Let me know if you guys are watching. I see I've got some people watching, so say hello. Let me know your sun, your moon, your rising, whatever ones you know. We are going to go to Gemini next. I'm just going to take a sip of my drink. All right, let's see. Sagittarius. Okay. We will get to Sagittarius in a little while. So this is a love reading. Oh, okay. But right now we are doing Gemini. What do we have for Gemini? Okay. So we've got King of Pentacles. I'll show you guys these cards. 10 of Wands. And then these cards are popping right out today. From the Love Oracle, what do we have here? Go. Awaiting results. Okay. So we have King of Pentacles. I like to see a king in a love reading. 10 of Wands. And then awaiting results. So it says unfinished business, patience, and perspective. Okay. So this is very much about thinking about the long game, the big vision. Like, what is it that you're wanting, right? So for Gemini, it's very much about thinking about what is the true vision that I have for myself in regard to relationships. And if I'm in a relationship right now, is this providing me with that? Is this that, does this give me the things that I'm truly looking for? And if you're not in a relationship, it's taking some time to connect with what that vision does look like for you. What is it that you want? Not just in the immediate moment of, oh, it would feel really good and feel really nice to have this, this, and this, but like, what vision do you have for yourself and for your future? And how does your person that you would like to see yourself with fit into that? Okay. Because the King of Pentacles is about stability, right? And about creating stability and having shared goals together and having a shared vision and maybe even wanting to work on something together. The King of Pentacles is my entrepreneur of the tarot. And so sometimes this could even be somebody like you're wanting to, maybe you're like me and you're like, oh, I would love to build an empire with someone, like that. It's kind of giving that sort of energy. Or I would love to create something together with the person that I'm in a relationship with. But this also feels to me like someone coming in, offering the kind of stability, the fit for that long-term vision that you have for yourself. We have that 10 of Wands. So I do get the sense, Gemini, that you're tired, right? That 10 of Wands is a tired energy. And it's also a message about like that you're almost there, right? You see the way that he's carrying all these wands and he's almost to the village. He's almost made his way, and he while it looks like he could drop those wands at any moment, he's making it and he's almost there. And that's kind of the vibe, Gemini, is like, oh, where is he? Where is she? I'm exhausted. And like, why isn't this happening? But I think this is all about the bigger picture. And so none of this energy, I mean, even this, we have the awaiting results. None of this energy is fast moving, but it's about creating something for the long term. It's about creating something that will be here to stay for the long term. And it's worth waiting for, is what it feels like. And in the meantime, your job, your focus is to focus on, what unfinished business do I need to work on? Like, how do I make myself or work on myself in such a way that I show up as the absolute best partner I can to prepare myself for the best partner that I could have ever thought of calling in, to make myself ready for that, right? Because sometimes we're not ready for that. Sometimes we're not showing up as the best version of ourselves. So why would we expect that we're going to call in the best version of someone else? And so this is about thinking about that bigger vision and trusting in the bigger plan. And the word patience is there. You know, I hate when people tell me to be patient. I really do, right? But I'm a Taurus. I can be pretty patient. But I don't like when people tell me to be patient. And Gemini, you definitely don't like when people tell you to be patient, right? But this is about, it's coming. And even the way that these benches are here by the water, it gives me that 3 of Wands kind of energy, where it's this knowing that it is coming in and it is about to come in, but it's just going to take some time. Yeah. And Jay's saying he's a Gemini. Yep. Almost at the finish line. I think it's with a lot of things. Yeah. This is a love reading, but I agree with you. It feels like it's with a lot of things, and to hold the vision and to tweak the vision. Maybe there is oh, you're not a Gemini. I was thinking you are a Gemini. Or are you saying, he's saying, oh God, no. Maybe he means when I said that you don't like to be told to be patient. But it's coming together, and it is coming. So trust the process, and you are almost there. You are. Okay. Yeah. That's what I thought. I thought that's what I read. Okay. So that is your reading for Gemini. Let's see. Let's do Cancer next. Anybody out there a Cancer sun, moon, rising? Let's see what we got here. I feel like I need to shuffle these cards more for Cancer. So that's part of the reading too. Like, what do you need to shake up in your life? What do you need to let yourself experience that's different, Cancer? Keep that in mind. Cancer, you guys are the Taurus besties, and you guys like to stay home with us Tauruses. Maybe you need to like leave the house, Cancer. I say that as a fellow homebody, right? Shake it up, try something different. It's cold, I get it, but get out there. Okay, let's see. What do we have for Cancer? See, they're going to make me shuffle for a while. The other cards were popping right out. So patience may also be required, especially if you're not interested in putting yourself out there. Let's see. Okay, there's one card. Okay, yep. Makes sense. I will talk about them once I get them all pulled. Oh my gosh. You guys are so protective of yourselves right now. What are you guys doing? It's the month of love. Open up a little bit, right? I get it. We protect ourselves when we've had difficult experiences, right? So Cancer. All right. So we have 4 of Pentacles. We have 9 of Wands. And then we have the Live Your Best Life card. And it says self-care, makeup, makeover, pleasures, luxury. So you may not need to leave the house, because living your best life sometimes, Cancer, is about really focusing on that self-care and doing those things that you know fill you up and make you feel good. And once you feel filled up, then you leave the house, right? But this is also saying live your best life. So get out there and have experiences and shake things up. I totally felt that as soon as I started to shuffle the cards. All right. So get out there, have those experiences, and maybe I'm really, that word luxury is really standing out to me. So there might be something that you're thinking about investing in that you're like, oh, this would be, I really want to do this, but I don't know if it's worth investing the money in, but I really want to do this. And I feel like it's something that you keep coming back to. And this feels like to me that it would be worth doing, whether it's a trip, whether it's a class, something that you're wanting to invest in. Especially if it keeps coming up, I would absolutely do that. But here's the thing too. We have 4 of Pentacles. We have the 9 of Wands. Both of these cards can be about protecting ourselves, right? Like, see how he's holding that coin over his heart. Really interesting for a love reading. And then we have the 9 of Wands, which we call the wounded warrior. And there's all these battles that he's experienced, right? He's even bandaged and bleeding a little bit, but he's still there. He's still standing up, and he's got that wand to protect himself, right? But there's very much this energy of self-protection. So what I would say to you is, first of all, I want to give you a hug. I'm sorry, because like you've obviously had some things that have contributed to this and have brought you to this place. But I also feel like I need to say, like, not everybody is terrible. Not everybody's awful. Not everybody is going to show up in the ways that you've experienced. And so if you can crack the door even just a little bit to some kind of vulnerability, right? So as you put yourself out there, as you have some different experiences, if you can then say, you know what, let me just try to be more open, or let me just lean into this experience that I'm feeling that I need to have, or lean into having conversations with this person that I'm starting to talk to, or if there's already somebody in the picture, maybe let me just try to be a little bit more vulnerable and share a little bit of what's on my mind, what I'm needing, what I'm wanting, where I'm coming from. There's some kind of act of vulnerability that I think you intuitively know you need to be taking, but you're kind of at a standstill with that right now. And this is all suggesting that you go for it, right? But at the same time, because this card can sometimes come up on the other side of self-abandonment, I think it's important for you to make an agreement with yourself that you're not going to abandon yourself again, that you're not going to ignore your needs, that you're not going to ignore your wants, that you're not going to not have that conversation because you're afraid, or you didn't want to like rock the boat too much, or whatever the reason. It's time for you to make a commitment to yourself and to that inner child within you that you're going to take care of him or her, that you're going to protect him or her. So yeah, make sure that you, whatever that act of vulnerability is, that you are willing to put yourself out there, and that you're just willing to put yourself out there overall. All right, so that is Cancer. Let's see, let me switch this over to Leo. Let's see, for Leo, we have anybody out there a Leo, or have Leo in their sun, moon, rising, Venus? Let me know. Oh, okay. See, they're popping right out. Let me see. I wanted to see, Jay posted his. Let's see. Did you have Leo in there, Mr. J? Where is it? I can't find your comment. Oh, okay. Sag moon. Okay. Yeah, I knew you had that fire in there somewhere. Okay, Cancer rising. Okay. Gotcha. All right. All right. So Leo. All right, interesting. Okay, so we have the Five of Wands in reverse. We have the Fool card upright, and we have the Lust card showing up in reverse. Okay, so it says fog, obsession, carnal desires, intimacy. So that's showing up in reverse. Whether this is you, whether this is somebody in your experience that you've had, there's been something where somebody has followed something because out of lust, right? Or out of ego, out of just feeling like, oh, this is something that I want here in the moment. And that's showing up in reverse. I think that it's, whether it's you, whether it's this other person that you're dealing with, or an experience that you've had recently, somebody made a choice from ego that ultimately didn't serve them and didn't serve you, if that was you. And so I think right now there's this process of reflecting on that and taking a little bit of time. I feel like this is about taking some time to really listen to your soul and to ask yourself, what do I really want? I think there's a lot of questioning that here with Leo energy. What do I really want? Who do I really want? What do I want to call into my experience? What does that look like? Right? And I think you, or the person that you're thinking of, or you're coming from a background of this Five of Wands in reverse energy, where you're kind of just looking at, I don't really want the drama. I don't really want the bullshit. Like I want stability. I want to feel safe and secure. I want to feel like my nervous system is regulated with the person that I'm with. Like, and maybe there's even been a lot of arguments leading up to this, or a lot of drama. There's just something here where it's like, I'm just done with that. I'm tired of putting myself through that. I'm tired of these experiences. It feels like a pattern that's shown up again and again and again. And as I was saying in the Cancer reading, I think you're tired of abandoning yourself, right? Or maybe even tired of self-sabotage. Whether that's like choosing people that show up in this energy for you, or choosing that and choosing to show up in your relationships in that energy. Take what resonates, apply it where it is, but deciding that has to be different, right? And as you get really clear on what you actually do want in the direction that you want to move in, and how you're breaking out of these cycles that are self-sabotaging and just focused on ego and led by ego, and not really at the end of the day what you really want. I think you're asking yourself, what do I really want? And as you get to those answers, you start to move in that direction. It's the Fool card, right? This feels so much lighter. It's almost like you decide it and the skies open up. It feels sunny. It feels bright. It feels good. It feels exciting again. It feels like maybe you're excited about relationships again, or excited about the possibilities again. And you might even be in a position where you decide, I do want to head in the direction of this relationship. This is the Fool can be a leap of faith, right? I do want to head in the direction of a specific person or this relationship. Or it's interesting because the Fool card, the way that it's laid out, he's walking away from the Five of Wands. So you might be walking away from one thing and walking toward something else, or you might find that someone is walking toward you, and you're in a position where you ask yourself, like, am I willing to take a leap? Am I willing to jump into this, to move into this? You might even be making a decision within a relationship that you're already in. And it does kind of have a little bit of moving in energy, or taking the relationship to the next level if you are already in a relationship and it's not something that you're deciding to walk away from. So tune in and listen to yourself. It's that decision. Okay, like, let's go for it. Let's do this thing together. Okay. So you'll know what that is for you. You know where your heart is leading you. And it might even be you receiving, because look at how he's got that rose, right? It might be you offering some kind of a romantic gesture, or someone offering that to you and you feeling like, yeah, I want to say yes. I do want to go for this. I do want to lean into this. So however that applies for you, Leo, but that is your reading. Let's see. Then we have Virgo next. Anybody out there a Virgo that's watching? Let's see for you. Oh, okay. Whoa, what? 2 cards popped right out. Intense, Virgo. What do you have going on? Okay. Definitely some changes happening. We have the Judgment card. We have the Death card. Okay. And it said the card from the Love Oracle Tarot, or the Love Oracle cards, is the Releasing Toxic Emotions card. So, I mean, Death card, releasing toxic emotions, and it says spiritual cleanse, purge, letting go. We are closing out this year of the snake. So we're kind of right now in that place. And I feel like for as long as Uranus continues to be in Taurus, so until I think it's like mid-April, closer to the end of April, and I cannot wait for it to move out of Taurus as a Taurus. But anyway, I think that time period is going to just bring a lot of stuff coming to the surface where are we going to change this? Are we not? Are we going to change this? Are we not? And I kind of feel like Virgo, you're in that energy too, where you're just looking at, what do I need to clear out in order to invite something in? And so you may be in a position where you're closing out some relationships. This could be romantic or it could be otherwise, but going through and figuring out what needs to go. And it could be a relationship. It might be behaviors within relationship, patterns within relationships with that Death card. There's some kind of a purge or letting go or a cleansing that needs to happen. And I think you intuitively already know this, Virgo. So just trust yourself and listen to yourself. But with that Death card, this is also a card about metamorphosis. And so if you're already currently in a connection, this can suggest that if you guys are willing to work together, and I do feel like it's a collaborative energy, if you're willing to do that, it can allow this process for there to be a metamorphosis within this connection as well. But if you are somebody who is open to looking for love, allowing this metamorphosis to happen to you, right? This is glow up energy for sure. This is getting rid of the rest of what needs to be cleared. This is that preparation to show up as the best version of yourself. Because as I was saying in one of the other readings, that you can't expect to manifest the ultimate person for you, the best version of someone else, if you're not showing up as the best version of you. So that might for you look like, I've got to clear some things out. It might even be like creating space within your home. If the if you're single and the closets are packed to the brim and you just have so much stuff everywhere and there's no physical space, that energetically says, I don't have space for a relationship. I don't have room. And so creating that space and creating a feeling of flow within the home, or space in your mind. Maybe your brain is all gunked up and you're so focused on all of these different things, or all these things that you're worried about. You're not focusing on the vision of what it is that you want to create within relationships. So I would start to come into that vision of, what does that look like for you? And what is it that you want to call in to your experience, and focusing on that? And what do you feel called to let go of in order to create the space of it? Now, with this Judgment card, you might be making some difficult decisions, right? You might be choosing to let go of something. Definitely there's that vibe here. And this is a big decision, judgment. It's not just like this tiny little two of swords kind of a decision, right? This is a big decision. This is like a life-changing, life-affirming decision. And I feel like it's going to be really clear what it is that you need to do here. So this is just about the choice to honor it. And part of this is a choice about being willing to close out a cycle, the way that things are, the way that things have been. So it might even be just a willingness to go into any new relationships, or even the relationship that you're currently in a new energy, to close out the cycle of the way that things are, so that that toxicity can be released, so that you can start fresh, right? We have all these, I can't show you because we're on YouTube too, right? And so I got to cover the naked people. We got naked people, right? That's vulnerability. And this willingness to be vulnerable, to let yourself be vulnerable. And part of that comes with a willingness to just like strip down everything and to be really real. And I feel like that is something that is going to contribute for you in either bettering a relationship that you're in, or expressing your truth that may lead to an ending. But I think whenever doors close, other doors open, and I'm feeling that energy for you. So big decisions, but I want you to trust yourself with that. And if you're waiting on somebody else to end something, to head towards you or something like that, I definitely think that's happening as well, especially if that's like feeling like that's coming in for you. So hang in there. But this is, I meant this to be more about your energy and how you're showing up as well. So just thinking about, what do I need to adjust? What do I need to clear out in order to get to where I want to be within the kind of relationship that I want to have? So that is Virgo. What do we have next? Libra. Okay. All right, let's go Libra. I am a Libra moon. Anybody else a Libra here? Say hello if you're watching. Let me know your signs, especially if you're just jumping in. I see people kind of jumping in and going. Okay. We like this. Okay. 10 of Pentacles and Queen of Wands. Love it. Okay. And let's see with the love oracle cards, what do we have? Okay. This is beautiful, Libra. I love this. Okay, so we have the 10 of Pentacles. We have the Queen of Wands. And we have the Soul Purpose card, which is, it says growth, the path, the call. So first of all, Libra, I think you're in a great position. What you've been doing, what have you been working on? You've been working on yourself. I definitely see that. There's been growth. I think you've been very focused on that. Maybe you've been on a spiritual journey. Maybe that's been a big focus. But while you've been focusing on all of that, really beautiful things are happening, bubbling just below the surface. And so if you're already in a connection, I see improvement coming within that connection, like that connection being able to shift into an even better version of itself, that connection being able to develop, to grow, to elevate. But if you are somebody who's not in a relationship, you're going to be. This looks really, really good, right? And maybe you know who that is, or maybe you have a sense of who you want that. Because with this 10 of Pentacles, it's kind of like, it feels like somebody that you had a vision with. It feels like somebody that either you already were in a relationship with, or you talked about having a relationship with, or you talked about your vision for the future. And I get this sense like you had a pretty nice shared vision of what that was going to look like. And that involves stability. That involves maybe shared goals in terms of how you want to spend your money, or the kind of home that you want to have, or where you want to live, or those kind of things, right? But like you had a shared vision, and I think that's developing now. I think that's been happening, and maybe you had to be, I don't know if there's been a separation of some sort. I kind of get that sense a little bit. And I think that needed to happen in order for everybody to work on themselves, in order for everybody to step into their growth and their development, and to focus on maybe some things that weren't connected to relationships. Maybe that energy got redirected for a reason. I kind of get that sense that you needed to focus on different things. And now that's coming in to say, but remember, we had this vision, and maybe we explore it, because Queen of Wands, like, you're absolutely magnetic through this work that you've done. And if you're doing that work now, keep doing it, because it's working, and you might be feeling really creative. You might be feeling really confident and powerful. And that is magnetizing to you all of the things that you want. So even if you don't know who this person is, you're calling them in, you're magnetizing them to you. So keep doing what you're doing. Keep focusing on the things that seem like they have nothing to do with relationships, but they're making you more magnetic, right? Focusing on your relationship with your higher power, focusing on doing things that feel good and feel purposeful, and a lot of self-care, a lot of focusing on how can I grow myself? How can I make myself better? Every single day, I would be investing in something in yourself, even if it's just a little thing that makes you feel like, okay, I've invested in myself today. I've done something to help myself to show up in a better way. So that is Libra. I love that. That's beautiful. Okay. Then we have Scorpio. Okay. Anybody out there a Scorpio? Let me know. Oh, Jay, you snuck back in. Welcome back. Hi, Stephanie. Okay, Cancer Sun, Taurus Moon, Virgo rising, Venus Gemini. Okay, awesome. All right, so Scorpio, there we go. Oh, the person on your mind, Jay, is a Scorpio. Okay, gotcha. All right. And then we've got karmic cycle. Okay, so we've got 9 of Cups, 2 of Pentacles, karmic cycles. Okay. So let me start with the karmic cycle. So it says karmic ties, new chapters, change. Okay. So I think Scorpio, you're finding yourself at a bit of a crossroads. And I'm kind of feeling like this is a little bit of a collective energy that's showing up throughout the readings, where we are taking a look at right now, what do I want to continue within the dynamics of the relationships that I have, and what do I not want to continue within the dynamics of the relationships that I have? And a lot of times we all have things that are toxic or unhealthy that we can work on, that can help us to show up better. And I think that that's what you're meant to be focusing on right now, is that, like, how can I be better? How can I change the way that I show up within relationships? How can I get off of this cycle, those things that feel like it's a never-ending cycle? It's the same person, different body that you're dating every single time, or the same way that you're showing up, that every single time you're like, oh, that's not how I want to show up in a relationship. And so I think that's part of your work. I also get this sense with this, like there's what are those called? Like a Ferris wheel. And it's like, I get this energy of choosing to get off the ride. And I do feel like there's a choice, right? And you have a choice, but this choice is going to involve you seeing the world in a different way, or seeing relationships in a different way, or being willing to see things from a different perspective, or to be willing to try something different within the way that you're showing up in the world, in relationships, and to be willing to, because I do with this, like it says new chapters, it says change. I think you have something new coming in for you, but or a new way of showing up within a relationship that you're already in, or a connection that you're already in. But you have to be willing to do that, because if you stay doing things the same way every single time, that's not going to work. It's not going to work. So 9 of Cups, you have to ask yourself, what is truly going to bring me fulfillment? And calling that in. I see you with this 2 of Pentacles, weighing out your options, deciding, what do you want? Where is this going to go? Right? Or this might be somebody that you are connecting with that is doing that. And you might say, you know what? I don't want to be an option. I have felt like an option within so many relationships in the past, and I don't want to be an option. So if you're not going to treat me like I am the one, and the one that you want to be focusing on, then that's not going to work for me. So that's an example of how that energy might be showing up. You might be sort of figuring that out and trying to decide. Or if you feel juggled, that may not quite work for you. I also get the sense that it's this want to move past the challenge of the past. So in a relationship that you're already in, it might be like, or a connection that you already have, this decision, hey, let's move forward, but let's do it in a different way. What do you want? I see a conversation about what do you really want? What's truly fulfilling for you? What's really going to make you happy? And I think part of that starts with you pouring into yourself, both of you within the relationship, and that's going to help you to show up better for one another. With this 9 of Cups too, like this can be a wish fulfillment, right? So somebody showing up in a way that is all of the things that you're looking for, that is giving to you in ways that you have always wanted, and maybe ways that you didn't even know that you wanted, but all of a sudden they're showing up, and it's a really beautiful thing. But again, it's this willingness for newness. So if you're somebody who's like so stuck on an old relationship and not willing to let it go, and not willing to move past it, or to move past that dynamic, I don't think you're going to get there, right? But there's an opening if you're willing to choose differently. And if you're willing to show up differently, better, maybe. I do think that we need to call ourselves out sometimes, right? So how can I show up better within the connections that I have, and how can I do better with that, so that people feel good within this connection, right? How can I maybe make a compromise of some kind? This isn't about abandoning yourself, ignoring your needs, but this is about how do I show up in a way that's going to really contribute to a relationship that's positive. So it feels like that is coming in for you, or can develop and go to that next level, but there has to be that willingness to walk away. And a word that comes to mind for me is compassion, right? So this might be a need for compassion to self. This might be a need for compassion for someone else that you're interacting with. Yeah. And Jay says, honestly, that's it. I'm not an option. That's where I'm at in that respect. Yeah, no, fuck that. You're not an option. Absolutely not. And I think like a lot of us are really getting to that place collectively where it's like, I want the best or nothing. Like show me your best, show up in your best energy, or nothing. And that's great. But we also have to be working on us showing up in our best energy, because if that's what the collective wants in general, then we all need to be showing up as the best version of that. Yeah. And Jay's, Jay, he said this isn't for his sign, but it put things into perspective. But the thing about these readings is like, if something connects for you, that message is meant for you, And we're starting to see these collective themes as we go through all of the signs. All right, so we are on Sagittarius now. And Tina, I know you, I don't know if you're still here, but I know you said you are a Sagittarius. So this is for you. Any other Sagittarius here? Let's see, Sagittarius. So interesting. I heard the wait is over, and now I'm here waiting on these cards. All right, let's see. So Sagittarius, have you been waiting on something in regard to love? Whether it's a specific person, whether it's, I feel like you've been very patient. Oh, this is beautiful. Okay. Worth the wait. It's worth the wait. Okay. So this is for that Sagittarius that does feel like on some level you've been waiting. And maybe again, you're waiting on a specific person. Maybe you're just feel like you're waiting and you're like, where the hell is my husband? Right? Like that song. Yeah, like it feels like a pause. I even just feel like I need to pause as I'm speaking. Okay. It's coming though. We've got 3 of Wands. I don't even think I showed you the cards in reverse. We've got Page of Pentacles and we've got soulmate connection. Beautiful. This is beautiful. And it says this is one of your soulmates in this lifetime. So maybe like there's someone specific that you've had your focus on, that you do feel like this is a soulmate. We do know each other on we do have a deep soul connection, and they have felt worth the wait. Or maybe you're just, I kind of get this energy too with Sagittarius that maybe this is somebody that you've been connected to, but maybe you didn't see them before, or maybe they didn't see you before in a romantic kind of way. Maybe you've been friends, or you've known each other, or maybe like you've tried in the past and then transitioned into friends. I don't know. Like that's just kind of the vibe that I get. And all of a sudden it's like you're seeing each other in a new light. Or this can be somebody that you have been in a relationship with, or are waiting on a relationship with, or something like that. But they feel worth the wait to you. They feel like this is something that your soul really wants to explore. And if you don't know who and what I'm talking about, this is coming in for you, and you'll know it, you'll feel it, right? This 3 of Wands in reverse, this is talking about the wait is over or coming to a close soon, right? Like this is see how the ships are coming into this person waiting on the shore. It's happening. Like it's finally happening. I think you're going to start to see it, and it's developing, and there are signs that are happening. And while I still think this is like slowly moving in, because we have this Page of Pentacles, this is not a fast energy. It's slowly moving in, and then this is an energy of a love that is building very slowly. This is a slow burn if I ever saw one. We don't have, well, we do have Wands. That's fire. This is a slow burn. And this is somebody coming in. And again, it might be with this Page of Pentacles, like you have a friendship, or you just like move very slowly. And it's just like, okay, let's go on this date. And then maybe you don't go on another date for another month or so. Or maybe it's been moving very slowly, but you've been in regular contact. But this is some kind of offer coming in, like some kind of information coming in, or like, hey, let's do this thing, right? And it kind of feels innocent. It feels like, hey, do you want to like go grab coffee sometime? It feels like it's starting to open up into a different dynamic, a more of a love dynamic. And if this is somebody that you're just meeting, again, it might feel pretty casual when this is just getting started. And don't get all up in your head and worried about it. Like, just let it develop. This is going to be really beautiful. And with this Three of Pentacles, like, you're building it on a solid foundation, but it's going to move slowly. And maybe for some of you, not progress as quickly as you would like it to, but it's worth the wait. The wait is nearly over and it is coming together. And like, look at the vibe of this card, the engagement, coming together, some kind of a proposal or asking to take a relationship to the next level. But this is a really special connection, so trust it. Special connections don't need to be rushed. Did you ever notice, like, relationships that rush too quickly? A lot of times that happens because people can only be on their best behavior for so long, right? And so a lot of times people who aren't very good at being on their best behavior or have a lot of red flags to hide and stuff like that, they will rush the relationship forward to, like, kind of get you stuck within that situation because they know that they're going to be acting a fool at some point in the very near future, right? This isn't that person. This is like somebody who's like, I'm here and we don't have to rush this, and let's take our time and get to know each other. And you might find that you already on some level feel like you do know each other, but slow burn, very beautiful. I love that for you, Sagittarius. Okay. Next up, we have Capricorn. Say hello if you guys are watching. You guys are quiet today. Quiet. Jay, that was your moon sign. Love it. All right. So we are on Capricorn. Okay. Let's see. Let's get a love oracle card here. What do we got? All right, Capricorn. You've got some thinking to do. Some thinking, some planning. We have the Three of Wands. We have the Two of Swords. And we have the Dark Night of the Soul. And it says lost, bound to pain, in action. So there does feel like some kind of a pause. There does feel like maybe you've been doing this for a while where you've really been working through some heavy stuff, right? The Dark Night of the Soul, that's an energy, that's a tough energy to work through. And maybe you've been feeling kind of lost. Maybe you've been feeling like, I don't know what direction to go in. And this Two of Swords can be that energy as well. Like, I don't know what to do. And I can't really see it for myself. And I can't really see where this is going. And I can't really see how this is going to work out. That's the energy that I'm getting. And it is going to work out. But I do think that this is necessary for you to prepare yourself for the relationship that's really meant for you, right? I don't get this energy of love being here tomorrow, or if you're watching for something that you're wanting to move forward, I don't see that moving forward anytime soon, because it looks like you're really in this process of getting to know yourself and what you really want and what you are and what you are not willing to tolerate. Because I do get this energy of this acknowledgement, oh, I've been tolerating some shit that is not cool with me. This doesn't work for me. But you also are feeling kind of stuck within that indecision, like, oh, like, so if I end this, or if I like don't move forward with something that feels like I'm settling, what does that look like? I don't know what that looks like. And a Capricorn loves to know what that looks like, right? And you don't know. There's very much we don't have the moon card here, but there's very much like a moon dark confusing energy here with this, but we have to trust the process and trust the journey that you're on with all of this, because there is gold here with all of this. And it's helping you to understand what it is that you do want. And it's helping you to open to calling in what it is that you do want. Now, I'll be honest with you. I feel like for a lot of Capricorns, you might be looking at certain connections, either that you have been in the past or that you're currently in, and saying, you know what? Even though I don't know, even though I'm moving into uncharted territory, into uncertainty, I'm starting to recognize that this isn't what I want. This isn't what I'm willing to tolerate in my life. And so I do see you making some changes for that, because what we want here is for you to be in this position of the Three of Wands where you can be open to receive, open to things coming in. And I think if you can clear some things out, whether it's emotions, thoughts, connections, people, whatever that is, you put yourself in a position to call into your experience the things you actually want. Look how much brighter that sky is versus this sky. Clear skies. There's not even a cloud in the sky here in this picture. So it's about knowing your worth and knowing your value, and also law of assumption, holding that, knowing that everything that you want, not just some of the things that you want, but everything that you want in regard to love is available to you. And you have to, though, put yourself in a position where you're able to receive that. You have to clear that out. You have to let go of some things, whatever that looks like for you. I think you intuitively will know. Candy, you're a Capricorn sun. Yeah, let me know if this is resonating for you, especially with you having your Venus in Capricorn too. So recognizing that, because really beautiful. Look at the way that on the wands there's roses growing and leaves growing. There's things happening for you through this process of processing things that you've been going through and been working on. So things are happening, but you just have to create that space and to recognize what you actually want to call into your experience, and knowing your worth, knowing your value. And I see that coming in for you as you make that shift. I think there's a lot that you have to look forward to, and I'm excited about that for you. And I think there's a lot that's happening behind the scenes, but your guides, your angels, God, the universe, whatever you want to call all of that, can prepare all of this amazing stuff. But if you're not willing to move, if you're not willing to make the changes that your soul on a deep level knows that you need to change, or to have the conversations that you need to have, then you can block your blessings. And I don't want to see that happen for you, because things are coming in for you. It might even be like several options happening all at once. And you're like, oh, I don't know what to do with this. Like all of a sudden I have this abundance of opportunities coming in for me in regard to love. But it's all being led. So create that space. Hopefully that makes sense for you guys. All right. So that is Capricorn. Let's see, Aquarius. We're currently in Aquarius season now. Happy birthday, Aquarius. Anybody in Aquarius here? Sun, moon, rising. Whoop. Okay. Let's see what else for Aquarius. Get my cards mixed up a little bit. Oh, you're so welcome, Candy. Thanks for being here. Oh, I love this. Oh, okay. Goosebumps. Goosebumps. Okay, Aquarius. New beginnings. So we have new beginnings, 10 of Cups, Strength card. I feel like with that Strength card, like you've been and currently are, so keep going with it, doing a lot of development of the self. Maybe you've been pushing yourself out of your comfort zone. Maybe you've been challenging yourself. Maybe you've been setting more boundaries, whatever the goals are that you have. I feel like you've been challenging yourself with those things. I also get the sense that maybe in some ways you've been waiting a while in regard to love as well, whether you've been waiting within a current relationship for things to improve, for things to get better, and you're trying to show up in a different energy. So keep doing what you're doing. Keep showing up in a better energy, as the best version of you, as the growth-oriented, growth-focused version of you, because that is getting you where you need to be. Sorry if you're picking up on it. There's a lot of noise going on outside of my office right now. So I think that's been your focus, and I would keep doing that, and keep, I feel like, going within and just tuning in with yourself and listening to yourself, right? Because you are creating new beginnings. And by the way, with that strength card, you might be already in a place of, you've started some new beginnings, you have some new things happening, you maybe had the courage to try something new, to shake things up, to move or get a new job or make some kind of change, like to lean into some kind of a new beginning. And that really feels like it's paying off, because I feel like for you, with that, whether you have chosen that or you will choose that in the very near future, that's like walking through a new door. That's like bringing you through a doorway that leads to blessings, right? This card says unlimited possibilities, manifesting ideas to fruition. And I think, like, with that willingness to lean into new beginnings, to lean into doing things differently, showing up differently, whatever that looks like for you, you are creating lots of different possibilities for yourself. And so I think there's abundance in regard to love, maybe an abundance of options that are showing up for you, will show up for you, or just having someone that you're already connected to show up in a better energy, because every relationship is a dance, right? And when we start to change the dance, the person that we are in a relationship with is forced to change the way that they're dancing with us too, because it changes the dynamic. So you might be in that kind of a position, or you might be totally single, or have a specific person in mind. And through these changes that you've made for yourself, it's calling that in for you, because the 10 of Cups is such a beautiful energy with regard to love. Look at that rainbow, right? It's rainbow, it's sunshine, it's love, it's fulfillment, it's having the vision of all of the things that you desire. And so this might be a person that shows up in your experience and they check off the list of all of the things. Maybe you have a manifestation list of the kind of person that you want to create, and here it is, right? It's so beautiful and so happy, and you moving in the right direction. But I think that the key here with this particular reading for you, Aquarius, is the willingness to be strong, to lean into new beginnings, to the willingness to do what has to be done. So there might be something on your heart and you're like, I know that I need to end this thing. I know that I need to have this conversation. I know that I need to head in the direction of this new beginning, whatever that looks like for you. So yeah, the strength to do what you on a soul level know that you need to do. And that can be, it might not be the easiest. The strength card isn't always the easiest, right? But it's necessary and important. And it's all about bringing you into that vision of everything that you want. So if something isn't aligning with that, not quite showing up for that, be willing to make changes and be willing to hit the road, head down the road, start some kind of a new beginning. Okay. So that is, my microphone, Aquarius. Hearts and sparkles. That's the cutest, Jay. All right. And last but never least, I'm a Pisces rising. we are going to go to Pisces. What do we have coming in for Pisces energy? Okay, got one part. Okay, makes sense, makes sense. Next up, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I think there's a lot just collectively to look forward to in regard to love as we are willing to heal and to work on ourselves and to take things to the next level. Okay, so we start out, we have Three of Swords in reverse. We have the Fool card and we have the Let It Go card, and it says clear your energy field. Yeah, I think to me, with this Three of Swords in reverse, I think you already have been, right? I think it's been this focus on letting go of the past, letting go of pain from the past, heartache from the past, things that were disappointing, things that didn't work out the way that you wanted them to. And I get the sense with this Three of Swords showing up in reverse that we're kind of moving into a different energy with that now. And there really is this healing that's happening. And I think you're in that last bit of choosing to let go, choosing to forgive. There's something here about letting go of the past and being willing to move forward, whether that's moving forward with somebody that you've already had something with, but there needed to be things healed within that relationship, or moving forward with somebody totally new, something totally new, because we do have this Fool card here as well. So what's interesting about the Fool card, you see how he's got that little, what do you call that? Like a knapsack that he carries, right? That's all he's got. And he's starting out a journey. All he's got is a rose and his dog and a feather in his cap and this tiny little knapsack. So he's not bringing baggage with him on this journey that he's in. And I feel like Pisces energy, it's like you've been working on, and I think you're wrapping that up, like setting down some baggage, moving forward in a way that's a lot lighter. And you might, it says clear your energy field. So you might want to see somebody to help you with clearing your energy field. You might want to, like do some kind of meditation that would clear your energy field, or whatever that is. In my membership right now, we're doing a salt clearing energy healing. Oh, I'm also, this card is like flipped over in the deck, the Five of Wands. So there probably was conflict and maybe conflicting things within relationships as well, maybe gossip, maybe arguments, battles, that kind of stuff, right? And I think like it's taken a while to let it go, but I think you are. And I think it's just important to be mindful about the kind of baggage that you still are holding on to and what you're feeling called to let go of. And sometimes letting go really is that choice to just, I choose to let that go. I choose to allow myself to move forward. And the Fool is a leap of faith. And so it might be like, I'm a little nervous about moving forward. I'm a little bit nervous about letting go of this person or the situation that I've held on to for so long. But now I'm ready to let go and just trust. He's walking right off of a cliff, right? And he's trusting that God is taking care of him every step of the way, right? And so there's a willingness to trust, even if you don't understand where this journey is taking you. And so this is one foot in front of the other, this willingness to take a journey. And this might not even seem like it's related to a relationship. It just might be, my intuition says I need to try this thing, do this thing, whatever. And then it does lead to the beginning of something new. And I think you have to initiate that by being willing to move forward, by being willing to let go of the past, because it puts you in a situation where you are open to receive. And to create, the next card after the Fool is the Magician. And the Magician is somebody who's ready, The magician is somebody who has learned all of the things that they need to learn, and they're ready to put it into action and to manifest it. And I feel very much that energy on the other side of this for you. So one foot in front of the other, you start to move in a direction, even if you don't know where the road is leading you, but you do have a sense of this is the next step. So you just keep taking step by step by step. And through that process, you're healing, but you're also opening to something really beautiful on the other side. And it might take a little time. This isn't overnight energy either, because I think you're still in this process of letting go. But as you're willing to move towards someone or to move away from something, or maybe both, it puts you in a position where blessings can come in for you and real love can come in and develop for you. So those are your readings, guys. Let me know how they resonate for you. I will go in and later tonight get the timestamps up for YouTube, and that way you can just like move around through the readings pretty easily. So that's always helpful when I have those up. So look for those and let me know how these resonate. I love you all, and I will see you soon with another video. Take care.